Hi, this is the continuation of the database design concept. To design a database with the tables and test records in order to support your web application that you are supposed to develop in your assignment. Now, let's take a look. I have previously created a database called Presentation Hub. And within this database, I have already defined a table called System User. Within this table, I have partially shared the necessary fields for the table. So you notice that the system user has the user record ID, which is a primary key, and it is also an identity type field. Then it has also the user ID to store the email, the password, the full name, and the user role record ID. The user role record ID field, which belongs to the system user, is dependent on the value inside the user role record ID field that belongs to the user role. These two tables work closely together in order to describe a user and their respective role, so that the web system or the web application that you are working on will be able to differentiate that, oh, this is actually a mentor, he can provide comments. Oh, this is a student, he can actually provide the presentation records, create projects, etc. Okay, now let's take a look. This one is actually the project table. The project table actually works closely with the presentation table, but you should know by now that inside the project table it has several columns as well, or fields, and there's one very important field or column which is called created by, and this field is closely tied to the user record ID field, so that your web system will be able to use meaningful SQL statements in order to check, oh, this project belongs to which user, this project is owned by which user, so that if a student log in, for example, you can actually show all the projects that belong to this student. Okay, now let's take a look at the presentation. You see, the student may created one project. Why? Because he has only one project, but he may have recorded many presentations. In fact, there might be version 1, version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5. So if he has recorded 5 presentations using his mobile or using the camera, he will create 5 presentation records. And of course, he does not create all 5 presentation records in one single day. It could be spread out within 1 or 2 months, right? So of course, inside the presentation table, I've already shared that there should be a column called the YouTube link. Also, there must be a project record ID column that is closely tied to the project ID column that belongs to the project, right? Then let's take a look. Presentation comments and the PowerPoint slide. And I've shared to you that there are a lot of ways in order to build the functionality to allow the person to upload files and store it inside the database. Is it really that difficult? Actually, it is not. In fact, I am going to be very, very happy that you all are able to brave through this assignment and do it well, so that I will know that you have gone through a lot of pain in order to go and do the necessary research to go and get the job done. And I really hope that after this assignment, you are more matured in solving problems. Now, let's take a look. Are there any other more tables that we have missed out? And take note that all these tables that I've shared to you, especially the columns, I did not share everything. Okay, right? I'm trying to be more specific. Let me be more specific. There are still missing fields. There are still missing columns. Okay. Now, let us actually take a look. Any other tables that I have missed out? Yes, there should be. There are a lot. For example, do you notice that if you check the assignment, there is actually a special table that describes the competition category, right? So this one is called competition category record ID, and this one is INT, and this one is the competition category name, varchar. Now, I can attempt to be patient, but every time when I see a student that has typos, like for example, compare then IT or something like this, right? Please avoid this typo, okay? Because if you have all these typo inside your database design, then one fine day you say that I got this problem, I got that problem, then after that I spend half an hour trying to go and look at your problem, then finally I notice that it is a typo. Do you know time is not free, okay? Right, so make sure you get the typo right, like competition category record ID, competition category name. So this one is supposed to be a primary key, and also this one is also supposed to be an identity key type field, okay? Right, so now, is this all there is for a competition category table? What is it for? Why do I need a competition category table for? Right, oops, typo here again. Right, why do I need a competition category? Right, now the thing is that besides that, I would like to go and highlight a competition may be an event that is for a particular year, correct or not? So you should actually help your web application, your logic, your C# code, that you should only show this competition category only for a specific time. For example, let's say that this one is actually a competition start date, right? So this one is a date time field, and this one is the competition end date. So this one is actually another date time field, right? Now besides that, there should be also something called the competition category description. Do you know why this field is very important? Because it is actually going to be a varchar, and it should around like 1000 characters, because you see, every competition there are certain stages. Like some competition got 2 rounds, some competition got 3 rounds, some competition does not require stage presentation, but it requires you to record down your presentation and sell your work, right, and submit online. So there are many types of competition, and also such as like judging criteria. So all these information should be stored inside the competition category description. Now what is this competition start date and end date for? Let me actually just try to go and save this table, and let me actually try to go and populate this table first, because in order to find meaning, the first thing that comes into your mind should be learning how to go and populate the table, so that at the back of your mind you should be thinking like what kind of web form is needed, and what kind of web form that you should develop to help the user to provide information inside this competition category table. For example, I will just put Imagine Cup. So the Imagine Cup is actually a competition. Then this Imagine Cup, right, probably is Imagine Cup 2012. So Imagine Cup 2012 probably has a competition start date of, for example, let me see, 02-01-2012 means that it starts from year February 1st of 2012. Then it ends at what? It ends at let's say April, right? It ends at April. Then okay, ends at April. Then after that, the date of is actually somewhere around like 30th, and then it's also 2012. So I've already specified the date, the start date and the end date of this competition. Now why are these information going to be useful to your web application? You must ask yourself, you must constantly ask yourself, right? Does it make sense to go and show this competition, let's say in year 2013? Does not make sense, right? So in other words, that this competition category is only valid for a certain point of time, right? And that is actually something which is very important, because you must make the information look sensible to the user when they are using it using their web browser. Agree or not? Right? Now then, what is this one? This one is a competition description. So it should contain such as like judging criteria. It should contain such as like what is the delivery, right, for each round. Right, delivery for each round means that what are you supposed to submit for each round, right? So these descriptions are important. You know why or not? Because when the mentor would like to find out more regarding this competition, they will immediately take a look at this competition category, and they will actually say, oh, okay, this one is very presentation intensive. Oh, okay, this one, the product or the system that the team develop must be fully working, because it involves stage demo, involves public booth display, right? So there are a lot of things. Mentors must know this, or else they will not be able to go and help efficiently. Agree or not? Right? So of course, having just one record is not enough. I should provide something like, for example, now you can competition, right? Then after that, this one probably I will just put it begins from May 10th 2012, and then after that it ends at for example, let's say it ends in July, right, 30th 2012, right? Then after here also it should be the judging criteria information, right? What are the deliverables, what are the deliverables, etc., right? So this is what the administrator has to provide, right? Administrator. Okay, now let's take a look. Now you can, I should actually put 2012. Okay, so these are competition category. So what does this table got to do with the rest of the table of information? Is it related to the system user table? Sounds unreasonable. User role? Don't think so. What about project? Yes, it is project, because the project may be created because you would like to go and deal with a certain competition, right? Now let me actually introduce a new column, right? Let me actually try to go and design the table again, right? The project table. Let's just say that I provide this thing called the competition category record ID, and I put int, right? So is this an appropriate column that I've provided for the project table, right? Is it appropriate? Is it appropriate or not? Let me actually just refresh, right? Is this appropriate? Let me, is it actually appropriate, right? Let's just say that this competition project A is under let's say Imagine Cup, right? Means that this project is created by the students because he wants to join the Imagine Cup competition. So is the system good enough to have this kind of a database design? There is a weakness, you know. If I introduce a column here, there's going to be a weakness. Let me share with you the weakness. The weakness is, what if this project A is also qualified for Now You Can competition? Notice that there's another competition category called Now You Can 2012. It also falls in the same semester. So then, in other words, that the system cannot capture such information, because the system database design can only allow a project belonging to one competition category only. So that's why it is not really appropriate. Just by putting the test data, you already know that your database design is not going to make your web application flexible enough, right? So in other words, should I change the competition category table, or should I actually remove the column inside the project? Let me actually refresh. Okay, right, refresh. So there's this column. What is this column? This column is a competition category. It should not be here, so I will just delete away this column. Okay, right, so this column has been deleted. And if that is not how we should store information, we must come up with a separate table, so that we allow these two tables, the project table and the competition category table, to work well to describe that, oh, this project is related to more than one competition, right? Maybe 3, maybe 4, right? So what kind of table is that? It is what you call a many-to-many table. So right now I would like to go and create a many-to-many table, right? Right click, then after that I select, no, not new database, sorry. Under the tables, I'll select new table, and this many-to-many table, I'm just going to name it meaningfully. I tried. So I'll just put project competition category record ID, right? Category record ID. So in other words, notice that I reuse the project table name, and I also include the competition category table name, right? Some developers in the elsewhere around the globe, they all might actually put an underscore here. It's okay, but well, I'll just prefer to go and type it out like that. Okay, now then after that, what is the data type? The data type should be integer, right? Correct? Not integer. That's the usual, right? So let me actually just put integer. Where are you? Come on, integer. Okay, Now, and it should be a primary key, and it should be an identity key type field, right? So let me remember to specify that before I forget. Right, then what is the next field? The next field should be something like project record ID, right? Project record ID. Why is it? Why is it? Okay, if you are watching this video segment here, you better start writing it down. Why? Why like this? If your database design concept is quite weak, right, then it is time for you to improve. Okay, so this one is what? Category? No, not category. Sorry. Competition category record ID. Okay, so this one is int again. Oh my god, what kind of table is this? And what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it project, and I'm going to underscore, and I'm going to call it competition category. So it is a many-to-many table, right? What does it do? Okay, now let me actually say that right now. Assume that your web application system has been completed, right? And the student, which student? Let me take a look. The student whom is, let us take a look. Let's say Roger. Roger created a project called Project A, right? Let us take a look. Is it Project A? Let me actually edit top 200 rows. It's Project A, created by Roger, right? One is Roger, okay? Right, so Roger has created Project A. Then he needs to specify that this project is under now you can competition, and also the what call that, the Imagine Cup competition. So if your web application is working correctly, you provide the correct logic, you provide the correct code, the database should be able to go and store in this manner. You must anticipate what the database should store, right? This is the competition category. What is the unique ID of these two? Is 1 and 2, right? So what is the unique ID of the project A? Is called 1, right? Let me take a look. Project A is 1, right? So let's go for the new database table that I have created just now. Project underscore competition category. These are the 3 columns. How are we going to play with it? If your system is working correctly, the system should capture this information from the user, and most likely a checkbox list web control is involved. Okay, so this one is 1, and this one is 1, this one is 1, and this one is 2. Voila, that's it. Right, now what is the SQL? The SQL could be something like for example, select, right? Let us take a look. Is this database table design appropriate or not? Select, let's just say that project name, right, comma, then I'll just put competition category name, right? From where? From select, then after that from where? From the project table, and also from the competition category table. Let me break it down into several lines so that it is easier to see, right? From competition category table, and also from the project competition category many-to-many table. Okay, right, so there are 3 tables involved right now. So for the where clause, there should be 2 joining statements. So one is where the project record ID that belongs to the project underscore competition category table, right, is actually equals to what? It's actually equals to the project dot the project record ID column, and what? And let's say, and the competition category table dot the what is that? The competition category record ID equals to what? There are 2 joining statements because there are 3 tables involved. Okay, right, equals to the many-to-many table again, project underscore. So you notice that this many-to-many table plays a very important role so that we can provide flexibility to our web applications. Dot what? Is it competition? Yes, I hope so. Competition record ID. Okay, so let us actually get ourselves familiarized. I hope my SQL is correct, or else I'm in deep trouble. Oh my god. Competition record ID, invalid column name. Invalid column name. Why invalid column name? Competition. Now let me take a look. This is the project competition category. Project competition category, correct. And project underscore competition category, correct. And this one is competition category, right? This one is competition category, correct. So what are the fields? It's called project record ID, competition category record ID, yes. So this one is competition category record ID, and this one is competition record ID. So this one is, oh, already lah, you see. Okay, so I execute. So have I successfully used 3 tables, especially the many-to-many table, to allow the web application have the flexibility to store such information? Now we are able to go and use SQL. So is this SQL valuable to you or not? Trust me, this SQL is valuable. You should not lose this SQL. I'm actually giving you some partial solution for your SQL already. But is this the full final SQL that you should use? No. Okay, it is not definite. You must improve the SQL. Now I understand that some students actually shared with me that, sir, we all learn inner join. We all learn inner join. How to use inner join? How to use inner join? Take a look at. I also, okay, you see inner join, just inner join, right? Then after that, let's take a look what is SQL inner join, right? Take a look at, or select column name from what inner join, this one on something. So okay so if this is the case, right, if this is the syntax, then I'll just copy this one, then I'll just paste here, then after that here, right, select column names. Okay, these are the column names, right? Okay, I just select right, then after that I'll just replace the column names. Then after that, this one is what? Table name 1. What is table name 1? Project, right? So okay project so I here put what? Project correct not? Right, then after that, table name 2. What is table name 2? Table name 2 is competition category, so I'll just put competition category. No, not competition category. For the inner join, right, there must be a sequence. Okay, there must be a sequence. Cannot be competition category. It should be project underscore competition category. Okay, so then after that, I will actually put this one. Then anything more inner join this one. Then okay lah, inner join again, because there are more than 2 tables, right? So inner join, no need money one, just try lah, right? If cannot means cannot. If can, then good lah. Okay, so this one is what table? This one is the competition category. So okay, competition category. Okay, so I'll just put competition category, right? So this is the inner join statements. So on what? So this on definitely is this one. So I'll just copy this one, this portion here, and I'll just paste it here, right? So this is the inner join statement, right, that some of you are exposed of. So I'll just execute to go and see whether it works or not. Incorrect syntax near competition category record ID. Why incorrect? Incorrect syntax. Come on, let me see. And so this one is inner join on blah 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 blah. Yes, correct. Competition category record ID equals to how come can I that one? Okay, I select again and then I execute. It says incorrect syntax. In other words, that I cannot use inner join twice. Does not sounds this is not very good. Select from inner join this one on this one. So so in other words, this example is actually using 2 tables. So inner join 3 tables, right? Got, you see, got means what? Got means learn join 3 or more tables. Right, join. So I just click. Then after that, I just take a look at the internet. Then and I just pray on one thing. Not to say that I pray that I hope I understand its content. I pray that my broadband is fast, because right now it is loading quite slow. Come on, please lah, load quick lah. Okay, but while loading, I'll just take a look. Why select this one from project. Yes, inner join with this one on something. Don't tell me on something then inner join again. Like that will be very confusing. So let us take a look. Oh, this one it has okay, select something something from authors, inner join this one, yes, on, like that, like that, like that. Oh, then join again. Oh, okay. Oh, like that one. Oh, okay. Okay, on. Okay, so they want to go and join like this. Okay, so okay. Then after that, I will just, so this one here, I will just split it up. So this one, I just put on here, right? Then after that, I'll just cut this one out. Right? Then after that, join, right? Join what? Join competition category. So I'll just join now. Okay, join competition category. Then on again, right? On again, right? Then on. Okay. So I hope this one correct lah, or else I'm going to emo already. Okay, execute. Come on. Hey. Walao, I'm a genius. No lah, sorry lah. I am just a very resourceful person, that's all. Okay, so this is what we call research independently, test out independently, try to go and understand the sample here and apply the sample based on our current situation. Right, so is this SQL good enough? Also good enough. You want inner join, you want this one, also good. But why inner join? Why inner join? People say that, sir, I thought inner join before. Okay. Why no one asked me that? Why inner join is important? Huh? Right, why inner join is important? Join SQL, join inner join, left join, blah 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 blah. Why is it important? Right? Why is blah 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 and all this stuff? Right? So there are so many discussion out there. Which is important, right? So you go and take a look lah. For me, right, is that I felt that inner join is more efficient. In other words, that the database will perform better. That's all, right? But in terms of the accuracy of the SQL, both sides have the same accuracy. No, you take a look at the results. Of course, same. Okay, let us practice again, right? So in order to go and check our understanding of the many-to-many table, so let's just say that right now, we have another user. The user is called Susan, and she's represented by the unique ID of 2, and she is very eager in order to participate in a competition which is related to another category, right? So I will actually just put in one more category, right? Let me actually edit top 200 rows. So this category, no, this wrong one. This one, okay. So this one is actually probably like, for example, innovate IT, right? Innovate IT. What's the so innovate IT? Then this one, somewhere around 4th, I think. Then April of 20th of 2012. Okay, right? Which also ends around like, for example, May 6, 2012. Okay, somewhere around there. Right. So this one is actually innovate IT 2012. Okay. Right, so and then after that, this one, of course, I hope you understand that this is actually the description for the competition, and I hope you understand the purpose of this field already. So I have the third competition category, and Susan would like to go and create a project. So she would definitely have used your web application, one of the web forms, to go and create a new project. Right, the new project is called project B, and this is of course the description for project B, right? Correct or not? And created by who? One? No, one is Roger, so it should be 2. So in other words, your web application should have the web form to allow the user to specify all these information so that the record is created successfully. In other words, even before you code, you should already anticipate or already have the vision of what is the likely record that should have inside the project table. If the outcome is not what you have desired, means that something has gone wrong to your coding. Correct or not? Right, so in other words, that right now here, but when she was creating the project, she also specified that it is involved with the competition category Innovate IT, right? Innovate IT is actually this one, right? So what is the likely value for the competition category table? Let me I mean, not competition, the many-to-many table, right? The project underscore competition category, this one. So let me take a look. So it should be what? If the system is working correctly, if you have coded it correctly, this one should be 2 and this one should be 3. Agree? So let us actually test out the SQL that we have experimented just now. Right, what SQL is this? So this one is no. Okay, let me close it. right? Just now the previous SQL was this. So let us actually test this one out to go and see whether or not I can see, right? Project B, right? So what if I want to show only the projects that belong to the user, and still I would like to go and have the competition category name information? Of course, you have to go and, of course, it is something like you just put what, because the project table actually has the, okay, this one is on something something something, right? So probably if I take a look at the previous, sample, right, inner join, let's just say at 3 tables, and then let's just say where or something like that, right? Let us take a look, right? Inner join for 3 tables, right? So I just want to go and show the project that belongs to the student, yet not only the project, I would like to go and show the completion as well, right? So this one, select blah, blah, from employee, inner join location on blah 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 blah. Oh, there's a where clause here. Where blah, 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 blah. Okay, I know already. So after doing this one, then I know that, oh, inner join also got where one. Also, this is how the where is used inside the inner join. Okay, good lor. So this one is created by what? Created by who? By 2 lah. Why created by 2? Because the project table is involved in the inner join, right? So in other words, project table has the created by field, right? Let's take a look at the project table. Is there a created by field? Yes, there is. Test the SQL. Who knows? I may be wrong. Wrong means what? Test again, find out again what went wrong. Then after you have found out what went wrong, write some notes about it to remind yourself this is how it went wrong. So I execute. Notice that project B come out. Correct or not? So in other words, this SQL is very good, right? Experiment this SQL a bit. So in this video segment here, I have somewhat introduced you the system user table, the user role table, the project table, and the presentation table, and also the competition category table, and most importantly, the many to many table. What is the next table that is missing? I'm not going to elaborate too much on the next table. I will just tell you the table name. The table name has something to do with this thing called comment record ID. So this one is int, and this one is what? Commented by who? Correct or not? Commented by who, right? So this one is int. Then this one comments comment description, right? And this one should be the comment. So this one should be varchar maybe 1000. Okay. Then maybe even some mentors, right, what they do is that they all will use YouTube as well in order to make comments because they are lazy to type. So maybe I will just put comment YouTube link, right? Comment YouTube link, right? So this one is varchar, then I'll just give 100. Okay, right? Anything else? Of course, there should be what? The comment creation date, right? Correct, date and time, right? So this one is date time. Anything else? So the next one is actually well, I think this is actually the rough idea of the columns needed, right? And this one is actually the identity specification. So who uses this table, right? Most likely is the mentor. Agree or not? Right, the mentor. Oh yes, you are providing comments. Yes, I've already mentioned commented by, but comments are tied to project or tied to presentation, right? I want to go and comment. If I'm a mentor, I would like to go and provide comments to a particular presentation. So definitely there is something called the presentation record ID. Agree or not? Right? Okay. So then I've saved it. So this one I'll just put what? Presentation comment table, right? Presentation comment table. So this is actually a very rough idea of the necessary database table design, and from here I hope you understand that there are lots of work to do. You may even end up spending just one full day trying to go and draw out all the web forms and test out all the test data and also do accounting. Right now I ask you one thing. If let's say that, don't force me, you guys don't force me, okay? Right, if I notice that a lot of students still dilly-dally, right, I'm going to enforce one thing. You all get ready for it. Everyone, please give me all the SQLs that you all have found out and is applicable inside your web application development. I want all the SQLs and I want a written report about it. I want the database design. I want everything. even before you start coding. Well, like that, then you die. But please don't force me. Please show me that you are putting enough effort in order to go and begin the foundation of web application development. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.